Have you ever witnessed a massive rock rising abruptly from a flat landscape, as if it had been lifted from another world? Have you ever walked along a strange path, where giant stones float in the air for thousands of years without any visible support? Or admired a sandstone canyon, its curves flowing gently like a ribbon of light, where every step reveals a surreal scene deep within the earth? It is neither a coincidence nor a miracle. Behind each of these strange rock formations lies a vivid record of millions of years of geological evolution. Wind, water, magma, and time have worked together to sculpt some of the most extraordinary wonders on this planet. It is me again, Daniel, and in today's journey, let us explore 20 of the most bizarre geological wonders on Earth. From swirling rock layers that resemble fossilized music waves, to white stone fields that float like snowy clouds, and even enormous rocks that seem to defy the laws of physics. This is not just a journey across continents. It is a quest to uncover the traces of millions of years of Earth's evolution, frozen in stone. Stay tuned, because the next wonder might just leave you breathless. Devil's Tower, Wyoming, USA, standing tall amidst the desolate grasslands of Wyoming. USA, Devil's Tower is a massive basalt rock formation over 260 meters high, rising like a solitary sky pillar from the flat ground. But what makes it so strange is not only its height or location, but its almost unnatural shape. Vertical rock faces, divided into regular hexagonal columns, as if chiseled by an alien civilization. According to geologists, this may be the remnants of an ancient lava flow that cooled and eroded over millions of years. However, how the rock columns formed with such high precision is still a matter of debate among scientists to this day. The indigenous people once regarded this as a sacred place, a pillar connecting heaven and earth. Sioux legends say that Devil's Tower was erected to save 7 girls from a giant bear. The claw marks of the monster are still imprinted on the vertical rock grooves. Even now, Devil's Tower sill in one of the most mysterious natural structures on the planet, where science meets legend, and stone turns into a story without end. Antelope Canyon, Arizona, USA. Hidden within the heart of Navajo Nation in Arizona, Antelope Canyon is a world-class natural sculpture, hidden deep within the Navajo Nation in the state of Arizona. This is no ordinary canyon. Formed approximately 5 to 6 million years ago, it is the awe-inspiring result of millions of years of geological activity and harsh climate conditions. The primary rock here is Navajo sandstone, a material created from ancient sand compressed and crystallized over immense time under intense pressure and heat. Throughout geological eras, seasonal flash floods surge through the desert floor. Combined with scorching winds and abrasive sand, they carve massive stone into narrow passageways with perfect curves, shapes so unique they cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. The rock surfaces have become polished, sharp-edged, and fluid like sound waves, reflecting sunlight into moving bands of color ranging from fiery orange, rose purple, to shimmering golden hues. Antelope Canyon feels like stepping into a cathedral of light, where the rocks seem to glow and the light itself shapes one of the most mesmerizing optical illusions in the world. More than a geological wonder, Antelope Canyon is also a sacred site in Navajo legend. They believe it is a gateway to the spirit world, a place where their ancestors remain present in every whisper of the wind and every wave carved into stone. Balanced Rock, Colorado, USA. As you drive through Colorado's Garden of the Gods National Park, towering red sandstone spires rise like ancient gateways. Then suddenly, a surreal sight emerges. Balanced rock, an enormous boulder perched precariously atop a narrow pedestal, like the tilted head of a giant waiting to topple. Standing over 40 feet tall and weighing several hundred tons, this gravity-defying rock seems to rest on a base no wider than a human wrist. Geologically, balanced rock is the product of millions of years of erosion. The upper portion is made of hard fountain formation sandstone, while the lower base consists of softer rock that erodes more quickly. This contrast has led to its improbable, impossible balance that continues to baffle geologists and dazzle visitors. when the afternoon sun spills through the rock formations. Balanced rock glows with fiery hues, a striking centerpiece in the rugged beauty of the American West. Many travelers pause here for hours, capturing photos and feeling the breathless tension of standing beneath a giant poised on the edge of collapse, a living monument to the power of time and erosion. Kjeragbolten, Norway. Perched on the Kjerag Plateau above Lysefjord in Norway, Kjeragbolten is among the planet's most unusual and iconic geological wonders. This oval boulder measures about 16 feet across, weighs several tons, and is wedged perfectly between two nearly vertical cliffs with a drop of over 3,200 feet below. No cables, no artificial anchors, only gravity, friction, and ancient geologic time keep this rock suspended in a natural crevice, forming a formation that demands scientific attention. Geologists believe Kjeragbolten formed after the last ice age about 5,000 years ago as glaciers receded, leaving deep fissures in ancient granite. A massive stone became lodged by chance in one such crack. Its stability defies intuition and makes many visitors wonder how nature engineered such perfect equilibrium among forces that seem opposing. This paradox of delicate balance and absolute steadiness draws thousands of travelers each year. People line up to stand for brief seconds above the void, feeling a visceral thrill of raw nature and staggering altitude. For photographers, this is a must-visit location where every framed shot challenges reality. Nature sometimes creates what seems physically impossible. Penol Rock, Colombia, in Guatapé, about 45 miles northeast of Medellin. Penol is a towering granite monolith that seems to defy nature. Standing over 650 feet tall, this smooth, dark gray giant juts skyward like an ancient egg pushed up from the underworld solitary. Seamless and utterly surreal. Composed of ancient orthogneiss granite, the rock formed nearly 70 million years ago deep beneath Earth's crust and surfaced through a rare tectonic upheaval. With a circumference of roughly 1,250 feet, Penol stands completely isolated, unattached to any surrounding mountain or ridge, earning it the geological nickname Mogote, or Orphan Rock. To this day, its exact geological formation remains a subject of scientific debate. According to folk stories passed down through generations, Penol was once the dwelling place of a giant spirit guarding the sacred land. It is believed that the spirit still resides in the rock, sleeping under the granite layer millions of years old. And on full moon nights, when the light falls on the smooth rock surface, the rock seems to come alive. The silver light spreading on the surface creates a feeling as if the spirit is whispering in the cracks. Perhaps that is why the journey to conquer the top of Penol, through 740 vertical steps along the rock crevice, brings a feeling as if stepping into an ancient ritual. Split Apple Rock, New Zealand, off the north coast of New Zealand's South Island. Split Apple Rock is a granitic boulder almost perfectly round that has been split cleanly in half along a vertical seam. Each half resembles one side of a giant apple cut in two by an invisible hand. The precision of the split has led geologists to call it a non-natural cut made by nature. Estimated to have formed over 120 million years ago, amid tectonic shifts and long-term weathering of ancient granite, this geological gem still defies full explanation. While some hypotheses suggest rainwater and temperature fluctuations cause the crack over time, no study has definitively explained why the split remains so straight and symmetrical. Split Apple Rock has become a special draw for travelers, especially young adventurers and photographers. At sunset or under a full moon, natural light shines into the crack to create a rare split light effect. Many wait patiently just to capture that moment standing between the two halves to take a photo that needs no filters, yet ignites social media. The seamless blend of geological mystery and visual perfection has made Split Apple Rock one of New Zealand's most unforgettable photo destinations. Golden Rock, Myanmar. If you've ever been to Kyaiktiyo Pagoda in Myanmar, the first thing to leave you speechless isn't the golden rooftops, but a massive, gilded boulder that appears to float on the edge of a mountain. Known as Golden Rock, this hemispherical stone stands about 25 feet tall, weighs over 660 tons, and seems to touch the rock platform below at only a single, minuscule point as if it were defying gravity itself. Geologists believe this ancient granite boulder formed millions of years ago and now rests precariously on a fault line of the Penol mountain range. But what makes it even more enigmatic is its coating of delicate gold leaf, layered by Buddhist devotees over centuries. Golden Rock is more than a geological mystery, it's one of Myanmar's most sacred spiritual symbols. According to legend, the rock's balance is maintained by a single strand of Buddha's hair placed beneath it. This belief has made the site one of the country's 3 holiest pilgrimage destinations, drawing tens of thousands each year who come to pray, press gold leaf onto the rock, and watch it glow at sunset suspended above the clouds like something from a dream. Many visitors claim to feel a quiet, powerful energy in its presence. Beyond spiritual contemplation, pilgrims and travelers can explore nearby temples, rest in simple lodges, and witness the moment the mountain turns gold, like witnessing a miracle in real life. White Pocket, Arizona, USA. Hidden deep within the arid wilderness of Vermilion Cliffs National Monument, White Pocket emerges like a geological dreamscape from another planet. Swirling layers of white, red, orange, and pink sandstone ripple like brushstrokes from an invisible hand painting in storms of color. This surreal rock formation was created from ancient Navajo sandstone, dating back roughly 190 million years, when the entire region was once covered in massive prehistoric sand dunes. Over tens of millions of years, Earth's tectonic forces compressed, twisted, and folded these layers into solid stone. Wind, rain, and relentless desert sun slowly etched away the surface, revealing mesmerizing spirals and patterns, a one-of-a-kind natural masterpiece. Unlike other popular attractions, White Pocket does not require a permit to visit. However, the road to get there is extremely dangerous and can only be accessed by high-chassis off-road vehicles, helping this land retain its rare wildness. When the sun rises or sets, the light touches every rock, making the entire space a surreal dream for photographers, where every angle is a geological masterpiece sculpted by time and nature. Halong Bay, Vietnam. Few places on Earth offer the epic scale of nature like Halong Bay, located in northern Vietnam. This Emerald Bay is a vast limestone labyrinth with over 600 islands and karst towers rising vertically from jade-green waters resembling a mythic sculpture garden floating between sea and sky. Geologists reveal this area was once ocean floor, submerged more than 280 million years ago. Over time, tectonic shifts and relentless erosion by rain, waves, and wind slowly carved the ancient limestone into freestanding islands, caves, and hidden lagoons. Many formations resemble animals, ancient towers, or legendary dragons, products of one of the world's rarest marine karst processes. Besides its geological value, Halong is also a land that preserves the traces of ancient Vietnamese people's habitation thousands of years ago, with vestiges of prehistoric cultures discovered in the Soi Nu, Trong, and Bocap caves. It is also associated with legends about the Dragon Mother descending to Earth, and sacred myths passed down through generations. Halong is a place where natural beauty and historical depth intersect. More than just a cruise, Halong is a journey back to the roots of Vietnamese culture. Krishna's Butterball, Mahabalipuram, India. Our geological journey leads south to India, where a massive granite boulder playfully dubbed Krishna's Butterball rests astonishingly on a smooth slope. In Mahabalipuram, this 20-foot-high stone weighing over 250 tons has stayed perched on its near-vertical base for thousands of years. The ground contact is minimal and the incline steep, yet the rock remains in place, defying gravity. In 1908, British colonial authorities enlisted oxen, elephants, and carts to try to move the giant butterball, but could not shift it even a few inches. Geologists studied and measured it, yet still diverge in explanation. Many believe it is the remaining core of granite worn down by weathering over millennia, balanced at a point so stable it borders on the uncanny. Its nearly spherical shape and equilibrium defy conventional physics. Tourists often amuse themselves by gently pushing the stone or posing as if they are holding the massive orb in place. For photographers, this is a must-travel destination capturing a geological marvel that seems to transcend normal reality. Oh, Wave Rock. Western Australia. Next time you visit Western Australia, don't just stick to the usual stops like Kalbarri National Park or Coral Bay. Venture deeper into the wild outback and stand before one of the most surreal natural wonders on the continent, Wave Rock. Towering nearly 15 meters high and stretching over 110 meters long, this granite monolith looks like a massive ocean wave, frozen in mid-crash. Poised to break upon the barren desert floor, its perfectly curved face, etched with rhythmic stripes, leaves first-time visitors in speechless awe. This otherworldly formation is sculpted from hiding granite, an ancient rock estimated to be over 2.7 billion years old, making it one of the oldest exposed stones on Earth, over millions of years. Chemical weathering wore away the softer, lower layers, while rainfall slightly acidic continued to shape the upper surface into smooth, wave-like grooves. What remains is a geological illusion, a still ocean swell carved in silence and stone. For the indigenous Noongar community, Wave Rock is not only a geological heritage, but also a sacred place. According to their beliefs, Wave Rock is where the spirit of Waggle, a giant and sacred rainbow serpent, once crawled across the earth to create rivers, water sources, and life. Ancient rituals are still held here to honor Mother Earth and connect with their origins. Standing before Wave Rock, you are not only admiring a rocky wonder, but also touching a spiritual lifeline of the ancient continent. Al-Naslaa Rock, Saudi Arabia. In the middle of the arid Tama Desert of Saudi Arabia, the Al-Naslaa Rock appears as a surreal wonder. A giant granite block perfectly split in two by a vertical crack as thin as a laser cut. The two halves of the rock stand precariously balanced on two small supports at the base, creating an image that seems to defy all laws of physics. The cut between the rock is incredibly sharp. Light can pass through a gap of just a few centimeters. The smooth surface, without any signs of chaotic cracks, makes anyone who sees it exclaim in amazement. Geology enthusiasts believe that this phenomenon is the result of a long process of movement underground, combined with the slow erosion of wind, sand, and harsh temperatures over thousands of years. Impressive for its surreal shape, this rock also carries profound cultural value. One side of Al-Naslaa is engraved with ancient drawings, believed to be by the Tamil people. The ancient civilization existed on the Arabian Peninsula more than 3,000 years ago. These carvings are living proof of the presence of ancient humans in this harsh land, making Al-Naslaa a crossroads of legend, history, and natural wonder. Bryce Canyon, Utah, USA. Emerging from southern Utah, Bryce Canyon is not a canyon in the traditional sense, but the eroded edge of the Colorado Plateau. Its true wonder lies in a forest of stone, thousands of hoodoos standing tall like sandstone columns from an ancient temple, flush with shades of red, orange, and rose. These hoodoos arose from mud and sandstone layers deposited between 30 and 60 million years ago and uplifted as part of the Colorado Plateau. What sets Bryce apart is its unusual erosion process. Over 200 mornings each year, freeze-thaw cycles wedge water into cracks, cracking and sculpting the rock across millennia. The result is a labyrinth of unique spires, each unlike the other, creating a surreal world. Sunrises bathe the canyon in fiery color, while winters bring snow that contrasts stunningly with the redstone. With some of North America's clearest night skies, Bryce Canyon is also a stargazer's paradise where time and cosmos converge in breathtaking harmony. AlUla, Saudi Arabia. The journey of natural wonders continues to AlUla, a mystical stone city carved into the crimson heart of northwestern Saudi Arabia, rising from the desert like a buried memory. AlUla is where wild nature and ancient civilizations once met in eternal silence. In terms of age and natural structure, The AlUla region was formed over 500 million years ago, with massive sandstone blocks continuously eroded by desert wind and sand, creating arches, pillars, and rock gates with fantastical shapes. One of the most distinctive symbols is Elephant Rock, an elephant-shaped rock resting amidst a sea of sand like a silent, fossilized spirit animal. But hidden within that surreal beauty is something even more mysterious: the rock-cut tombs of the ancient Nabataeans, carved straight into the cliffs like doors leading to the afterlife. Each tomb facade is meticulously carved in a unique architectural style, seemingly to convey long-lost spiritual rituals. Here, archaeologists have discovered dozens of tombs carved deep into the cliffs, ancient Talmudic inscriptions, and the remnants of a frankincense trade route that existed for over 2,000 years. White Desert, Egypt. About 310 miles southwest of Cairo, the White Desert of Egypt appears as a world from another planet. Few would imagine that this pristine, tranquil land was once at the bottom of an ancient ocean. When the sea receded millions of years ago, the layers of limestone and marine sediment were left behind, becoming the material for wind, sand, and time to sculpt a bizarre natural sculpture museum in the heart of the desert. On the snow-white ground, as if covered in powder, giant statues rise from the desert, one shaped like a mushroom reaching up to 5 meters, with a cap curved as if in motion, another round and twisted like petrified cauliflower, and yet another jutting out like a hand reaching from the sandy depths. Local Bedouin legends tell that this was once the dwelling place of ancient spirits, and when night falls, they return under the moonlight, transforming into the shapes of the rocks, some like a giant chicken guarding the path, others like a hand reaching from the ground, or a head of cauliflower petrified amidst the desert's curse. During the day, the sunlight turns this place into a dazzling white sea. But as dusk falls, everything shifts to pink, orange, and then glows with a mysterious golden hue, as if this place lives another life under the moonlight. The natives believe that each shape bears the mark of ancient souls, transformed into stone to guard the desert. These rocks are not just the result of geological processes, but a mystical record of time, wind, and invisible forces in the heart of ancient Egypt. Goblin Valley, Utah, USA. Goblin Valley is an unexplored, eerie realm in the arid Utah desert, a place where low, twisted rock formations take the form of goblins, aliens, or time-cursed stone statues. It is one of the most bizarre landscapes on the planet, where space seems to warp from reality. Scientifically, Goblin Valley was sculpted from Entrada sandstone around 170 million years ago, back when this area was the floor of a vast Jurassic-era desert. Over millions of years, rain, wind, and slow erosion wore away the softer layers, leaving behind bizarre hoodoo formations, stone towers with bulbous tops and narrow bases, standing like lonely sentinels on cracked earth. This vast valley resembles a living sculpture garden, where each path leads you deeper into a dreamlike maze. Walking among the goblins feels like stepping into another dimension, one frozen in ancient silence. As the sun sets, the valley ignites with flaming oranges and reds, casting long, eerie shadows across the ground. Göreme, Cappadocia, Turkey. Rising from the dry heart of central Anatolia, the region of Göreme in Cappadocia resembles a symphony of stone. Hundreds of towering rock spires, formed from compressed volcanic ash some 60 million years ago, have been shaped by time into a fantasy land known as the Fairy Chimney Forest. Softer layers below eroded more rapidly than the harder capstones above, giving rise to cone-shaped pillars that stretch skyward like ancient wizard hats. Beyond its geological wonders, Göreme holds deep human history. Early civilizations carved homes, churches, and even underground cities into these formations, blending nature's architecture with the ingenuity of ancient peoples. At dawn, dozens of colorful hot air balloons lift gently into the air, carrying travelers across Cappadocia's dramatic valleys. From above, the landscape unfolds like a dream where stone, light, and history dance in harmony. Göreme is more than a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is a living storybook for those who seek the awe of ancient beauty and the grandeur of Earth's slow artistry. Mono Lake, California, USA, nestled at the edge of California's arid desert. Mono Lake presents a magical union of geology, chemistry, and time, an otherworldly scene unlike anything else on Earth. As one of North America's oldest lakes, it formed over 7,600,000 years ago following a massive volcanic eruption. With no outlet stream, water only leaves via evaporation, causing salinity to reach triple that of ocean water. But within this extreme environment, a magnificent natural masterpiece arises. Towering limestone tufa columns piercing the water like relics from an ancient sunken city. These structures form when calcium-rich groundwater meets carbonate-rich lake water, precipitating calcium carbonate over centuries into massive columns. When water levels fell in the 20th century due to water diversion for Los Angeles, these gigantic tufa formations emerged, leaving visitors in awe of a landscape that seems alien. Some towers reach up to 30 feet tall, twisting skyward in hollow or spiraled shapes, nature's own magical spires. Amid this surreal setting, Mono Lake sustains a unique ecosystem and serves as an essential stopover for millions of migratory birds every year. It is a rare gem where stone and water narrate hundreds of thousands of years of Earth's evolution. Bentonite Hills, Utah, USA. The magnificent geological journey in the United States continues to lead us to Utah, where Bentonite Hills appears like a surreal dreamland in the heart of the arid desert. Not far from Capitol Reef National Park, this land stretches out with rolling hills undulating like petrified undercurrents, clad in a multicolored coat from ash gray, burgundy, lavender purple to blue and pink, as if someone had overturned the entire cosmic palette onto the ground. The origin of Bentonite Hills stems from ancient volcanic eruptions more than 150 million years ago, creating a special bentonite clay layer with the ability to absorb water and change shape according to the weather. Bentonite makes the terrain here always seem to be breathing. The undulating, calm surface is like the skin of an ancient creature sleeping peacefully under the sunlight. The natives used to whisper to each other that this place is the land of petrified souls, where ancient gods in anger turn the last wild waves into hills. As a warning, under the sunset, the hills change color as if changing clothes, creating the feeling that the ground is whispering in the language of lost eras. Bentonite Hills is not only a geological phenomenon, but an intersection between science and legend, between earth and sky, between memory and the unnameable illusion. Coyote Buttes, Arizona, USA. Our final destination lies deep within the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs wilderness in northern Arizona. Here, Coyote Buttes unveils one of the most surreal landscapes in all of the United States, a masterpiece sculpted by wind, sand, and time itself. At its heart lies the wave, flowing rock formations that ripple like frozen music, with vivid bands of red, orange, and gold swirling in perfect harmony like time itself painted across stone and then held still for eternity. The terrain is composed mainly of Navajo sandstone, formed over 190 million years ago during the Jurassic period, when this region was once a vast, barren sea of sand dunes. Over millions of years, these fine sands were compressed, mineralized, and transformed into stone. Then, wind and water slowly etched the surface, carving wave-like ridges that look hand-sculpted like giant wood grain, seashell spirals, or endless whirlpools chiseled into solid rock. Due to the extreme fragility of the site, only 20 visitors per day are allowed into Coyote Buttes North, selected by a lottery system. And for those lucky enough to enter, it's nothing short of jaw-dropping. Every curve so precise it seems laser-carved. Every color blends so smooth it feels like nature's own brushwork. Our journey through the 20 most extraordinary geological wonders and surreal rock formations ends here. But the marvels of our planet are just beginning. If these natural masterpieces stirred your curiosity, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Planet Wanderer, where we uncover Earth's greatest mysteries, one breathtaking place at a time. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring,